Here's something a lot of people don't know until it's too late. With PDF accessibility remediation services, not all services are going to provide the same quality of document. So on the screen, I have this odometer graphic where we start at 0, and in the middle there's 5, and at the end there is 10. So what can happen is if you go with the wrong provider, they will assure you that they will make your PDF accessible, but they will only work on accessibility up to a point. So you might hire a service and get a 5 of 10 document. And we're just simplifying this, but this is just to illustrate to you what's happening. So you might go and say, I want my PDF to be WCAG 2.1 AA conformant. They will tell you, sure, okay, no problem. They will work on accessibility up to a point, but they will stop at that point and you will not get a fully accessible document. And the problem is that you as a client, because you're unfamiliar with accessibility, you won't know that your document isn't fully accessible until it puts you in a bad position. So you want to be really careful with PDF services. And one thing to keep in mind is if you are getting a really steep discount or a really good deal compared to the other quotes you have, this can be an indicator that you're not getting the quality of accessibility remediation that you're hoping to get. Now, it doesn't absolutely have to be that. You can certainly get services that are less, that are absolutely just fine. But you also have to keep in mind that providers that provide less than a 10 of 10 document exist in the marketplace, and they are quite common. So it really is something that you have to be careful with. And if you were to go with the provider that was providing you with a discounted rate, then it's good to start small and build up, and just have someone who is familiar with PDF accessibility check the work. So that's always a good insurance. That's always a nice use of consulting, where you're reducing your risk and you're making sure that you are getting the quality of deliverable that you expect. What happens to some people is they seek out these services, they go with the service who provides the lowest quote, then they find out later that the PDF isn't fully accessible. And so they go back to the provider. At that point, it's too late. There's not going to be a refund. They're probably not going to work on the document again. It's over. You got really what the service provider was going to give you anyway. So it's really important to keep this in mind, because what can happen is if you try to save the money and you go with the lowest cost provider, you can easily end up paying much more than you would have if you would have just gone with the provider that would have given you the 10 of 10 document to begin with. So if you need help with a 10 of 10 document, you can go through accessible.org. You can be confident knowing that we are going to meet the highest standard for PDFs, the PDF UA standard. So it's really important to know this. A lot of people don't know about it until it's too late, and they've worked on hundreds of pages, if not even more. And then it's, not only do you have to pay the extra money, you've fallen behind on your timeline. And so it's just really problematic. And this is something where, we know that the digital accessibility marketplace is really something where clients need to pay attention to detail and not simply rely upon the accessibility companies, because accessibility companies, what you have to remember is many of them are offering products and services based on what they want to offer and not necessarily what serves you, the client, the best. So keeping this in mind, document accessibility. I'm getting a lot of requests for document accessibility. A lot of people are asking for quotes. And just know that as you are, what typically happens with clients is they're going to send out an email to, let's say, 5 different providers, and they're going to get back 5 different quotes. It's very important to know that these services are not commodity services. So you're not getting the exact same service from each of these quotes that you're asking about. So it's real. I mean, this is something where it can save you so much time and money when you get it right the first time, and you really, really want to get it right, and you want to be confident in that you are getting the service that you are bargaining for. If you're paying, let's say, half of the market rate, you really want to make sure that the documents you're getting back are in fact fully accessible, and not just they're not just taking care of accessibility measures up to a point. So looking at this odometer, you don't want the 5 of 10 document. You don't even want the 6 of 10 document, right? You want the 10 of 10. You want the documents to be fully accessible. You want to go with a reputable provider. And if you are unsure, right, if you are hopeful that a provider can provide the service at a lower rate, then just start slower, right? Just go with a smaller project to begin with, check their work, and then build up gradually. And then also hire a consultant on your team. Even if it's a premium one-time charge for this consulting, it's worth it because it acts as insurance. So if you really do have a provider that's providing excellent services at a discounted rate, that's an amazing find, and it's certainly possible. You just have to be careful that you're not getting the provider who is providing you the service where you're getting a 5 of 10 and you are paying a premium at that, and you are having all of these documents remediated, and then you find out, let's say 2 months later down the road, you find out that these documents are a 5 of 10, and you still need to have there are significant accessibility issues that still exist on your PDF. So this is something that's not known in the marketplace, and it's like watching it. I'm watching it happen in real time, and I hear stories from not only, it's not the client so much, because the clients are mostly looking for document remediation services, but I hear this from other people in the industry, and they're telling me about how they find out that someone comes to them and tells them, like, ask them, hey, are my documents accessible? I had them worked on. And then they have to tell this person, like, look, like, yeah, they improve the accessibility of the document, but if we're going to take these on, it's not like we're going to, we're going to have to start over. Like, you're going to have to pay the full price because we still need to work on through all of these issues. So this is something that's extremely important. Not a lot of people know about it, and when they do find out about it, it's too late, right? The money is gone, the time has passed by, and they have to start over. So with accessibility, if you have made a mistake, you just want to limit that mistake, right? Limit it to a one and done, and then get it right the next time. And so if you need consultation, or you would like to go through accessible.org for document remediation, we can certainly help you. Most clients are interested in PDF remediation. It can be pricey, but we'll provide you a quote. You will know ahead of time. We work to provide fast turnarounds, not only on the quotes, but as fast as turnaround as possible on the remediated documents. So I will link to accessible.org in the description. If you want to contact me, there will also be a contact link, and then you can also find out about pricing on accessible.org.